Hi, it's Charlie with AirPro, and we're at Carl Cycle Sales in Boise, Idaho, and I wanted to show you how easy it is to install an AirPro equalizer to a 2014 Honda CRF450R. The first thing you want to do is remove the crossbar pad and the strap on the front number plate. Just release it. It just makes things a little bit easier. Next thing you want to do is to remove the stock Schrader valve caps on each fork leg. And once that's done, you want to release the air carefully from each fork leg. And you can use a just a flat blade screwdriver, works great. And when you do this, you'll notice that the front wheel comes up, and that's perfectly normal. Once the air is released, just use a 10mm T-handle to remove the Schrader valve from the top of the fork, and it just fits right on top of the fitting. Take each of them out. You're going to need to use one of these Schrader valves to screw into the top of your AirPro manifold. And you just thread this right on the top right there. You want to snug it up with a 10mm. There's no reason to over tighten. You just snug is great. Next thing you do is remove the 8mm bolts that hold your number plate on. And in the AirPro kit, we supply slightly longer bolts, so you're going to want to use the bolts that are in the kit. There's no reason to completely remove the number plate. It's unnecessary. And the AirPro manifold will fit right exactly in the same holes as the number plate does. Again, no reason to over tighten. Just line it up and thread it in there. Okay, the next step is to take the AirPro inserts and the supplied hex wrench and thread the insert into each one of the forks. And they'll come shipped to you with O-rings already attached, and each kit will also have extra O-rings in the event that you ever need them. And just use the hex wrench and the end of the push connect and tighten snugly. And as a precaution, we go ahead and check the fitting with the 10mm T-handle too, to make sure it's good and secure inside the fork. So again, you just thread in the push connect. Finger tight at first, and then you want to just triple check that, make sure that the fitting is good and snug. 10mm T-handle to snug the fitting to the fork, right there. Next step is to take the provided air lines along with the AirPro inserts that are aluminum, and you want to make sure that the inserts go into each end of the airline. So you'll You'll have 4 inserts total, one for each end of the lines. And all you do is push the air line into the fitting on top of the fork and you connect it to the air line on the fitting on the side of the AirPro manifold. And when you push it in, you want to make sure you push it in so you can feel it bottom out in the fitting. If you ever need to service your fork or whatever and you want to release this, simply take the air out of the top and then you just push down on the push connect to release it. And so push it in, it's completely locked, it will not come out. And if you need to service it, click it and then pull out. Do the same at the other side. And the airlines will be pre-cut from AirPro, so they're specifically for the Honda. So all you have to do is connect up the lines. Making sure that the line push bottoms out into that fitting. The last and final step is, of course, put air in it. And you can use, a low pressure bicycle pump or whatever. It'll work fine. You just don't want to use compressed air, to pump it up. And so simply pump it up to your desired level. Fly riders prefer 32 to 36, depending on weight and conditions and that type of thing. So you pump it up. Once you set your pressure, just unscrew it. Install the provided cap right there. And the final step, of course, is to replace the crossbar pad back on the handlebars. Of course, the strap for the number plate. You are ready to go.